going to Walmart to pick up some goodies and some other stuff. This is how sad it is. I don't know if these just sort of spontaneously appeared. But I've been in and out for a week or so. Just now noticed that these things are outside of my door. I'm working on a few issues. Spring. La 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 la. Head into Walmart. Anxiety through the roof. Finally getting coffee pot that I had to order from a considerable distance away because local places didn't have it because the closest place I had already bought it for somebody else. Curse them for having awesome. So hopefully I can pick that up and do all the other wonderful stuff I have to do today. Wally Mart, where they don't necessarily have low prices, but I think I've been there before. So yes, this is one of my homes away from home. Nobody willingly shops at Walmart, really. You just sort of, you kind of have to and then feel guilty about it. It's just an evil thing, you know. So I'm going to pick up my goodies in my ghetto Keurig coffee pot, which strangely enough, the thing I'm looking forward to making the most is soup. I want to test this with ramen, so that's what I'm looking forward to. But I'll get my ramen Monday. And here it is, the package of goodness from, sadly, because I bought the last one where from my spare grandparents. It was so awesome. You know, they of course wanted to keep it. I'm like, you know, this is really neat to have. I kind of like one. They don't have them in that store anymore. Went to Sturbridge. They don't have them in that store. Didn't want to get it through Springfield because that store sucks. Had to order it from Hadley. And I went to look in our store where it was. They don't even have the model up anymore. So, I don't know if it's a discontinued thing or what, because, you know, heaven forbid anybody has the ghetto Keurig, you know. So, let us open this goodness and do stuff. I don't have my coffees with me. I'm still feeling the effects from last night's coffee. Here we go. Here we go. Hamilton Beach Flex Brew K-Cup thingy. All shrink wrapped lovely. Single serve, which is, you know, good. Yay! So, I need an extra hand. I shall get back to you. Alrighty. I have unwrapped it from its shrink-wrappy goodness. And we shall open the box. That says Hamilton Beach Single Serve Flex Brew. Blah. It says that. Flex Brew Coffee Maker. K-Cup pack or ground coffee. I'm also wondering if it'll do tea bags. Brew coffee your way using K-Cup pack. Doing all this other stuff. Adjustable cup rest, which is this thing. Allows you to brew into a cup or travel mug. Which is a really nice thing. And it has a few different versions, so that's really kind of cool. This part here, can you see anything? How have I turned out a light? Ready. This, I think, is dishwashable safe. I think that is. This is like a little separate piece, which is kind of silly. It's the drip tray, splatter tray. This piece is dishwasher safe, and that there's like a secondary unit that holds this thing right here. This is, you know, the part that actually holds the K-Cup. I think that's dishwasher safe as well, which is awesome. So let us open this. See, this is what it is in Spanish. I speak English. Okay. Nothing that doesn't tell you. Now this one is a 10-ounce brewing capacity. What I got from my spare grandparents was an 8-cup. And that's just the only one they had in the store. So, and when I was getting it, some guy was talking about, you know, kind of looking for a similar thing. So that's why I just sort of grabbed it just in case. Good thing I did, because there's like no longer any stores to carry them, it seems. And the girl that was in the cash, no, well, the site to home section there, she's like, yeah, I love one of these. I'm like, well, you're going to have to go, you know, look into Hadley for it, because you ain't going to find it locally. I mean, Hadley's sort of kind of locally. That's one of my, it used to be like my mecca, because it had like Media Play, the comic book shop, Joann's. Now all I have left is Best Buy and Joann's, so kind of sucks. But they do have Walmart and sort of other stuff there too, so it's sort of a one shop stop thing. Alrighty then, we have Entry into Box. The Directions for Idiots Quick Start Guide. And it doesn't really matter, you know, push it in, snap it down, pour it, or pour it and then snap it down. You know, I've done it both ways. Whoop-de-doo. We have yet to use the unit without the K-cup adapter, but reviews have said that coffee kind of comes out chunky, like the grounds come out into the cup. But I don't know if you place a your regular brewing, I don't know what you call them, brewing cups, those paper liners, and just cut them down and lay it flat on the bottom, if that would help. So I might do that with like tea and maybe attempt that. Oh, word of advice also. This is a single serve unit. And last night he had his coconut one, but I had my dark roast, whatever it was, a multi-pack type of thing. And word of advice, do not put both cups of coffee in directly after another. Brew just plain boiling water, you know, no coffee in the unit whatsoever, and kind of rinse it out first, and then do your next cup of coffee, because he could taste my Italian extra strong, whatever the hell it was I had in his coconut. So, just a word there might be a good idea. You know, just run through just plain water without the coffee, and then you can dump it, or put it back in and rebrew it or something, I don't know. But rinse it out between flavors, basically. If you're just doing the same cup of coffee, you know, same flavor of coffee, it's a moot point. So, just putting that out there. We have Instructione booklet. Woo. But I've done this so many times there, you know, I know all this stuff already. Now, the thing is with theirs, this stuff wasn't in it, so I think somebody brought it back, which kind of sucks, but it still works. It does what it has, you know, supposed to do. At least I don't remember if that thingy was in there or not. And the plastic wasn't around the unit, so it looked like it had been, you know, dealt with originally. Or previously, I should say. We have released the unit from the box. Okay. Plastic doggy thingy. What the hell is this thing? Oh, important part. Now this is good. As you can see, I have very limited coffee pot space. And that's my blender I've been using to do smoothies. Lo! It fits perfect. Which is good. Which is one of the reasons that my spirit grandparents kind of wanted it. Because, you know, they live in like senior housing and there's very, you know, limited space. Okay. How about if I move this here? As you can tell, we get ants. So I can get into the... It's got little rubber feet, it seems. Okay. That way I'm not blocking outlet. It is this. You don't go any higher than that. Otherwise, you know, you end up with nose flood, I guess. That's where you put your water in. You always put that before brewing, otherwise you don't get coffee, because it pokes the hole in the cup and you get coffee goodness. Here is the adapter and bringer of Caffeinated Wonder. Yeah, okay, this wasn't in the other one either, so, yep. Do it with two hands. There we go. Alrighty. So, confusing log. Okay. We have, again, piece of plastic. Ooh. Now this is the unit, and how do I want to do this? Oh, we'll do that. Not quite sure what you're seeing here, but okay. Now this goes into your thing I will show, shortly. But this little sharp pointy object thingy pulls out and comes out, and you put your coffee grounds, your plain boring coffee grounds, in the bottom here. And it does look like a very fine mesh, mesh. But people seem to think that the coffee doesn't brew as nicely in here, so I would just maybe cut like a little circlet of those paper liners and just place right there on the bottom. Maybe that will help that issue. I haven't tried it, and I don't know if he would bring home that type of coffee. I'm a tea drinker, so what the hell do I know? But again, I don't know, and you can tell me if anybody's tried this. Now, I know of a tea shop that you can probably buy loose leaf teas if it's still there in the mall that's even farther out. But if you open up a bag of, your bagged tea, which is like the lowest rung on the tea awesomeness scale, would that brew like you would? I mean, can you adapt bagged tea to loose leaf tea? I don't know. Probably something I'll try, and then I'll probably do the same thing. And I don't know. But that is that. And with the regular Keurigs, you actually have to pay $17 in Walmart for this adapter, or it's basically a separate cup to do the same thing. This was $50, adapter included. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. So, and this just slips down, and these are both machine washable. And I shall return you to your scheduled program. And this just slips in like that. And then you just press this down, and that little knife comes up and it'll pop the hole into the little cup. Anybody who has a Keurig kind of knows that. And then this is the little doodah. And I think this is machine washable too. I don't remember. I'll have to look. So, what the hell is this? You get a spare basket. They didn't have a spare basket. Ooh. Well, it's always nice to know, though. Except this they should have put in a cardboard thing because, if you're storing it and don't need it, you kind of want it not damaged before you use it. Okay, well that validates their thing. Alrighty. Now, if you have a mug o' coffee, I shall get a mug and demonstrate. I shall demonstrate with o' mug. La la la. Which is too tall for this particular thing. That won't work. Well, at least this particular, thing will go for shallow coffee bugs. Which is odd. It seems to have, theirs seems to be a little taller, because I thought their mugs are about as tall as this. I do not know. But, do not fret. You turn it around and do that for like the travel mug, or the ones that don't want to fit anywhere else. Oh, there you go. Just make sure it's kind of pulled out enough so your mug is underneath, otherwise, you have coffee splatter all over the place. So, that is, exciting. So, I might just leave it down there. What I do want to do, as I return my mug, is make ramen. Now, that's obviously not going to work. It's going to be way too low. But, if that might work, I do not know. I'm sticking that out a little ways. I don't know quite. Dun dun dun! Soup! And, I mean, yeah, you can nuke soup, which, if you pop it out of a can, fine. But I like ramen, and you have to wait a while when it's, if you put it all together and you nuke it, you kind of have to wait a while. So I'm hoping as this brews, it kind of cooks it as it's pouring, so it kind of cuts down the, cooking time of the ramen. So, soup! The many uses of a coffee machine. That is so awesome. I can't test it nor feel the need to, because I don't have my coffee with me. I really don't want coffee right now. But I actually looked online. There are 230 flavors of, liquid substance you can make in this thing. Coffee, cocoa, which I think is kind of stupid because pay $1 at Walmart for the powdered cocoa, put it in the cup, and do it that way. Because I'm not the only one who's exploded it. Here, how about I do it in the microwave? Because that and cappuccino stuff. This will solve that problem. And it's only like a minute more. I put it in for 2 or 3 anyway, so it's not like you gotta wait forever. So the time is a little more, but not significantly so. But again, they have cocoa, but it's a waste of money, I think. They do have teas. I will probably eventually try that, but I like the fruit teas, so I haven't quite looked for that. What else they had? They had some other stuff. There's 230 varieties and or flavors of coffee and tea and cocoa. Wow. But and that does not include the, regular ground coffee you can put. So there are lots of options. I plan on finding many more uses for this. Yay. So that is that. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I don't know what stores are still selling this. Kmart doesn't carry it. Sears doesn't carry it. They carry the expensive, actual Keurig brand thing for a couple $100. But this is about the cheapest one you're going to find. There is no reservoir, so it's not something you can just have water in there and then instant coffee. So it's, basically like nuking it without the hassle, which is kind of weird, but anywho. Yeah, it's mine, all mine. Yay. I could test it with just regular, just seeing if it boils. So I will probably do that. Though, I won't bore you that badly to watch you actually, watch me force you watching boiling of water. I think I've done that in a video already. Anyway, thank you for watching. I don't know if you're getting like midsection or not, but do comment, rate, subscribe. Comment if you've had one of these particular models, or if you know of any other single serve ones and where you might find them and price them. Other people might want to know too. I mean, I had to hunt for this. So, yeah. And even if you have any suggestions of different types of Keurig cups to try too, that really kind of narrow things down, because it's like so many options. The thing though, I will say, it pisses me off though. You can't get a multi-pack of like the flavored coffees. The only one I could find was just different types of regular coffee, like Italian roast, French roast, Swedish roast, whatever. It's okay, and it's kind of cool. You can make like one brand over another. And fine, if you're just your boring regular, coffee drinker. But have a pack of like teas or cocos and just sort of not quite sure what you're going to get inside the box mixture. That would be, I would think, a good idea for the company. That way, oh, I really like this one. They'll buy the actual pack and, you'll addict them, So, that's my only issue. I don't know if this pack exists, if there's like a multi-pack of, awesomeness. Do tell. So, I shall go about boiling my water. I shall see you all next time. Bye. I lied. I am going to make you watch boiling water. I do hear sounds of bubbling. Light of power has commenced. Also on this too, I found that there does seem to be some evaporation out of here. So you might want to put in just a little more water in your cup than you plan on actually drinking to account for that. Otherwise, unless, you don't matter one way or the other, but it's just something to note. I don't know if you can pick up the gurgly of goodness. We have pouring of water. And I don't think you can see this, but there is, oh, steam coming out of the cup. Wow, physics, duh. Can't quite tell if it's coming off the top. Nope. Maybe after you've used it a few times, because it seemed to have done so more yesterday with theirs. But then I was making 2 cups, so I don't know if that makes a difference. So we do have hot water. So basically this is just a fancy boiling water machine. Don't you love technology?